You gotta be kidding me. Decent guy. Ah, I got one. Barely hooked. Came right out. Using the RSB worm or whatever it's called from Bass Assassin, because that's the only one I can get at Bass Pro right now because all the June bug speed worms are gone. Oh, decent guy there. Let's see how long he is. 16 and a half. But yeah, right off those lily pads. Goodbye. Yeah, we're out here just on Kissimmee, just fun fishing. There's a tournament going on out here. Not a huge tournament. I haven't really run into any boaters. I think we'll be all right for today, not running into so many people. And I'm just fishing this outside grass. Lily pads kind of mixed in. Tried to go a little shallower earlier, but I didn't get anything in there. So I think they're gonna be sitting on this outside grass for now while this wind is pushing all this bait and stuff, because I can hear fish all over me busting to the top of the water at these shad and stuff, and I marked some shad too. So I think they're on this outside just feeding, and then I think maybe when the sun starts coming out later in the day, I think they'll probably move up, maybe spawn. Who really knows? I don't know, but we'll find out as the day goes on. We'll move forward, we'll move shallower and stuff. And there's a boat about to get in front of me. Awesome. They don't care about me. Chunky little guy. Goodbye. I thought I had one on. As I was pulling my hood up, my neck was getting hot. Now that the wind's died down, I'm not sure if moving baits is going to be the answer, so the speed worm is pretty much the only thing I'm going to be throwing today on this outside grass. I don't think they're going to be up shallow. I think they're pretty much done spawning for right now until the next full moon, then they'll probably move back up. There's a bunch of fry up there, so I know they spawned. A good wave of them anyways. And I think there's a lot of tilapia in there too. There's a lot of times the tilapia will push this bass out of there, which is sad. There's too much tilapia sometimes. Yeah, so I think they're just gonna be on this outside grass, just either feeding or just kind of hanging out in a little bit cooler water. Because it's been a kind of hot winter. We haven't really had too many cold fronts. And a lot of times these fish need that cold water to get them going, and we just haven't really had that. I think they're just kind of confused on what to do, but I think the next full moon, I think we'll have another good push of fish to spawn.
Hello there.
Get out of here. There's a snake. I ain't messing with that. You come looking at me too. Okay. I don't know what I scared. Oh, I see him too. That was a good one. Yeah, I think it's about time to change my line, huh? What do you think? First it breaks off just from casting, and then it broke off on that fish. And I just see him casually swimming back where he bit it at. If it happens again, I'm going straight braid. Yeah, he's gone. Just like that. Of course, I wouldn't expect anything less than that. Can't find lily pads that are mixed in with grass. That's where I get all my bites from. I'm not getting any bites on the arrowheads. I'm not getting bites on Kissimmee grass by itself, and I'm not getting bites on lily pads by themselves. It always has some kind of Kissimmee grass or hydrilla mixed into it. The last one that I broke off on had some hydrilla or some kind of grass that was mixed into the pads. But whenever I find pads on its own, I don't get a bite, or this on its own, this Kissimmee grass on its own, I don't get a bite. It's always the two grasses mixed in with each other. But what I'm looking for right now, there's pads around me right now, but what I'm looking for is more of a concentrated clump of pads. I don't want pads that are so sparsed out. Come on. He got off. The drag was too loose. Yeah. Drag was too loose. Just sitting there spinning and can't get any line on him. I was swimming it. Chunky one. Come here. Oh, he's spit something out. It's all right. Probably another 16, 17. I was swimming it out of that arrowheads there and grabbed it. Look at his tail. All right, goodbye. So I tightened up my drag, how easy it was for me to like keep up with him. Before, my drag was too loose to where it's just sitting there spinning. It's not gaining any line. And when you're fighting a fish, your kayak pulls towards the fish. And then if you're not gaining line, you're just gonna create slack in the line when you're getting pulled towards the fish, and fish can just get off that easily. Yep, right where you're supposed to be. Oh, he came off. Not right where he's supposed to come off at. Oh, I got to show you that one. Just want to show you exactly what I was looking at. The arrowheads, right? And then right there's a hole. That's where he was, right in there. And I just didn't set the hook right enough, but usually those holes, that's usually a bass's bed most of the time. And you always gotta try them. And I tried it, got a bite. But I didn't land them. It was a decent one. It was probably another 17, 16. That's what I'm looking for when I'm fishing arrowheads, is like a pocket, a hole. Some of y'all probably wondering why I'm using fluorocarbon on this kind of setup, especially around the stuff that I'm fishing, around pads, reeds, logs, all kinds of stuff. You don't really need the fluorocarbon in Florida anyways. A lot of people just use straight up braid, use like 30-pound braid and stuff like that for like a speedworm setup. But for me, I feel like I get more bites off of a fluorocarbon line than braid. And I think I lose less fish. Recently, it hasn't been that way. I think I'm losing more fish now on the fluorocarbon for some reason. But I think it's just because they're just grabbing the tail and just trying to get it out of their area. But anyways, I feel like I have more of a fighting chance with fluorocarbon than I do with braid, because braid doesn't stretch. Fluorocarbon has a little bit of stretch, but not a lot like monofilament. And I use 15-pound fluorocarbon. Sometimes I'll step it up to like 17 or 20 if I know exactly where the fish are gonna be at, like in heavier grass than what we have right now. For the good like action and everything, I like 15, even though I'm breaking off quite a bit. You have to change your line out more often, but I think I get more bites off of it because I feel like they can't hear it. That's one, because a lot of times the braid, when it's going against the grass, you can hear like a sawing sound. I think they can hear the braid. This they can't hear, and I don't know about the whole visual thing. I don't think they can see the braid, but I think they can hear it. But it is time for me to re-spool, get some fresh fluorocarbon on there before the tournament starts next weekend. Right now I'm using Red Label, the Seaguar Red Label, and I use braid backing on the spool. So when I cast this out, or I'll cast it out so you can see the braid backing. You can kind of see it there. So I got braid backing on there where it does at least like half the spool, maybe somewhere in there. The rest of it's just this fluorocarbon. That way I don't waste a whole bunch of fluorocarbon when it's time to re-spool and get some new line on there. But so far I'm liking the Seaguar Red Label. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, and I'm going to be trying the Seaguar Tehatsu. I think it's what it's called. I'm going to be trying that one. It's more of a high quality fluorocarbon, but usually like the mid-range fluorocarbon I've been okay with. Let me know what you guys use on this Texas worm, this Texas rig speedworm, or any kind of Texas rig, whatever. What kind of fluorocarbon do you like? If you use braid, say you use straight up braid, and what pound braid? Maybe I'll switch to that too, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like on the bottom, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.